A sound traveled an entire ocean, and for 15 years, no one knew what made it. At first, people thought it was a creature, something massive, something alive. But when the truth came out, it was worse, because the sound never really stopped. This is the story of the Bloop, a sound detected in 1997 so powerful it crossed thousands of kilometers of open water. A sound so strange that even scientists didn't know what they were hearing. And for 15 years, no explanation held. This is Obscura Files. The file is open. May 19th, 1997. At the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, scientists were doing something routine, reviewing data, listening to recordings, scanning for anything unusual. The microphones they used weren't new. They had been placed deep in the ocean years earlier, during the Cold War. Their purpose was simple: detect submarines, track movement underwater, listen for anything that didn't belong. When the Cold War ended, those microphones didn't stop working. They stayed in the ocean, listening, recording, waiting. And on that day, they picked up something they had never heard before. A sound. Low frequency, deep, powerful. It started low, then rapidly rose in pitch. Not like an explosion, not like machinery. It sounded almost organic, like something alive, calling out from the deep. They didn't have a name for it at first, so they gave it one: the Bloop. At first it was just interesting, a strange sound, something unusual. But then they looked closer. Because sound travels differently in water. It moves farther, faster, clearer. And with the right tools, you can measure it, track it, even estimate the size of whatever made it. So that's what they did. They measured how loud it was, how far it traveled, how much energy it carried. And then they worked backwards, trying to answer one question: how big would something need to be to produce a sound like that? The answer changed everything. For a living creature to make that sound, it would have to be larger than a blue whale, the largest animal ever known to exist. Larger than anything alive today, larger than anything ever recorded. And the Bloop was louder. That's when it stopped being interesting and started becoming unsettling. Because if something alive made that sound, it wasn't just unknown. It was something science had never even imagined. They traced where it came from: the South Pacific Ocean, far from land, far from shipping routes, far from almost everything. Near Antarctica, close to a place called Point Nemo. Point Nemo is not just remote, it is the most remote place on Earth. If you stood there, floating in the ocean, the closest humans to you wouldn't be on land. They would be above you. Astronauts on the International Space Station. That's how far it is from civilization. The water there is cold, empty. Nutrients are scarce. Life struggles to survive. Some scientists call it the ocean desert. And somewhere beneath that emptiness, something made a sound that crossed an entire ocean basin. The Bloop wasn't a one-time event. It was recorded again and again. Each time, similar pattern, similar frequency, same region. That made it harder to ignore. Scientists started checking every possibility. Known animals? Blue whales? No. Too structured, too familiar. Giant squid? The largest ever found was around 13 meters. Impressive, but nowhere near enough. Could it be geological? Underwater earthquakes? Those leave specific acoustic signatures. The Bloop didn't match. Volcanic activity? Again, wrong pattern. So they kept searching, year after year, because the ocean is still mostly unknown. Over 70% of Earth is covered in water, and most of it has never been explored. There are depths we have never reached, regions we have never seen, entire ecosystems that remain completely hidden. So the idea of something unknown was not impossible. For 15 years, the question remained open: what made the Bloop? Then, in 2012, everything changed. NOAA expanded their database. More recordings, more comparisons, more data than ever before. And finally, they found something that matched. Not a creature, not something alive. Ice. Massive Antarctic ice sheets cracking, shifting, fracturing under pressure, then collapsing into the ocean. These events are called icequakes, and they can be unbelievably powerful. Low frequency, high energy, capable of traveling thousands of kilometers underwater. The Bloop matched perfectly. The location matched, the timing matched, the acoustic profile matched. The mystery was solved. At first, it felt like relief. There was no giant creature, no unknown monster in the deep, nothing hiding beneath the surface. But then, people started thinking about what that answer really meant. For a sound to travel that far, the event that created it had to be enormous. Not a small break, not a normal shift, something massive, something violent, on a scale that's hard to imagine. And it didn't just happen once, it kept happening, again and again. The ice sheets of Antarctica are constantly moving, cracking, breaking apart, falling into the ocean, and each time they do, the ocean records it. Every fracture, every collapse, every piece of ice disappearing. And those events are becoming more frequent, more intense. Over time, the pattern is changing. The ocean is getting louder, not from creatures, not from machines, but from a continent slowly breaking apart. For 15 years, people feared something unknown was hiding in the ocean, something massive, something alive. But the truth was different. There was never anything down there hunting us. The thing making that sound was us. The Bloop is solved, but what caused it is still happening, right now. If this changed how you see the world, subscribe and tell me, what scares you more, the idea of something unknown in the deep or the reality of what's actually happening? The next file is already being prepared. Stay curious.